cartoons. He watches Johnny's Bite.
If you go to work, I'll watch my cartoons.
Hey! Sorry, eh?
Johnnie, here I want you to join the crusade. I've watched you. You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know, Papa, what you used to fan charcoal.
Right.
You've seen it,
right?
When you fan it, then the charcoal goes bright red.
This is a call for accountability.
You fan government's charcoal. It's bright red.
It's a call for accountability.
I enjoy it.
Keep it up as well.
Thank you.
Only that, like I told you, don't burn too much for you not to be consumed by your fire.
You are keeping the conscience of the country going.
I always watch Johnny's Bite.
The general watches Johnny's Bite.
Every day.
Thank you very much.
It's devoid of insults, but straight to the point, factual and fearless.
Charlie, no be joke.
No
The
be
pressure people like Johnnie can give you.
No.
You know, get gray hair, you go get gray hair.
I'm innocent.
And that's what I'm saying. That the pressure Johnnie and his people, the pressure they can give you, you know, get gray hair, you go get. So your best bet is not to have hair.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. It's Wednesday. I am not a happy man this morning. And it's for a simple reason that what was supposed to have been a peaceful demonstration, voicing and venting out the real frustration of the people regarding the high cost of living, high cost of fuel, regarding the falling CD, the economy, inflation, regarding all the other things that the ordinary Ghanaian, who the politicians would usually address, turned out violent and bloody. Part of the violence from the side of the police, part of the violence from the side of the demonstrators. I don't condone violence in any form, and I condemn it totally in all uncertain terms. Violence is not good, and violence in any way, especially when it gets children, school children, trapped in the middle of nowhere because they are just closed from school, is a pain and shame on us, and we should, as a country, bow down our heads in shame. But how did it turn violent? People were arrested, people were beaten up, properties were destroyed of the police, of private people, stones were pelted, tear gas were fired, statements were released, press conferences were held. But today we are here this morning. I hear there's day 2 happening again. Now the conversation is as to whether or not peaceful demonstrations can ever happen in this country, because I know people personally who want to step out onto the street, like you had people step out for Occupy Flagstaff House 7 years ago, middle class, lawyers, doctors, engineers, nurses, teachers, journalists, but they are skeptical and they don't want to go out because they do not know at what point the demonstration was supposed to be peaceful will turn violent. And we have seen demonstrations in this country where the kind of bad faith that the demonstrators are pointing, accusing fingers at the police for showing has happened, where the people had actually broken through the ranks of the police and gone on. Occupy Flagstaff House is still fresh on my mind. I was a younger journalist at the time. I saw it. They flung open the doors. They went through it. The police were there. They tried to block them, but they flung open. Who was beaten? Who was shot at? Whose eyes popped out? I don't know. I'm told that there was one person who was hurt as a result of that. But hey, I am asking a simple question this morning. And play for me, Danny, the video of IGP Dampare talking to his people before they stepped out for the demonstration. He gave them a word of admonition. Play the video for me.
We should continue to remember that those demonstrators are human beings like us. Those demonstrators are Ghanaians like us. They are brothers and sisters. And therefore, we should treat them with all the respect, the civility, and the dignity that each and every human being deserves. In effect, we should treat them the way we will approach.
Treat them like human beings. Treat them like yourselves. Treat them like Ghanaians. The police are human beings as well. But tell you what, the conversation about what is said and what is done, the conversation about what is said and what is done is totally different. A situation of what I ordered and what I got. Oliver, I can hear you. Situation of what I saw and what I got. Those are the two things. What IGP Dampare told his people, was that what they went out to do? And I've had cause to raise the concern every now and then and ask questions as to whether our police is still a service or a force. Because we have a culture in this country and a history in this country where it used to be the Ghana police force. And at some point, we decided that we're going to have a Ghana police service. Now, our police have militarized everything. I won't have a problem if people from the former police unit are jacked up like that. I won't have a problem if people from counter-terrorism unit are jacked up like that. People from SWAT are jacked up like that. But you meet a general constable, a general lance corporal, and they are jacked up with all everything. And you ask yourself, are we in a police state or something? If you are providing a service, and you end up looking so intimidating, how would you be able to provide a service? The police is your friend. The IGP gave them an admonition. Did they abide by the admonition? Were the police altogether professional? Were they? Now the police, I can play the video of Dr. Dampare. He spoke, I think, at the conference center, asking us not to judge the police with their past. Play the video for me, Danny.
We are pleading with you. Let go of our past and let us be. We understand. We've lost your trust. We've lost your confidence, your respect. We are going to earn them back. So please, don't continue to judge us by our past. And by some extension, even insult us. Because, to put it in Chi, Ghana police, we have done self-introspection.
IGP Dampare, good morning to you. What about your past has changed since you became IGP? Aside being on social media and showing your face and taking tours and greeting people on the streets and talking nice, what about your past has changed? What we saw yesterday from your men, and what we had seen in the past from your men, what has changed really? And I want us to do some deep thinking this morning because, you see, the people are accusing you. Danny, there's a policeman in an armored vehicle. They are accusing you that you were the real fomenters of the trouble, not them. That's your word against theirs. They are accusing you again that you actually put, and see, this picture is making the rounds on social media. So what is the policeman holding? Was he holding a stone? Was he holding a grenade? Was he holding bofrot? Or was he holding a socks ball? What was he holding? And who was he aiming at? What was he throwing it at? Because as far as I know, if you're in an armored vehicle like that, what is your business throwing anything? This was captured by the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, the state broadcaster. Still photo from them. IGP Dampare, good morning to you. What was this man throwing? What exactly was he throwing? Who was he throwing it at? Now the people again have accused you, IGP Dampare, your men, that you actually planted people among them to cause trouble. They were dressed as demonstrators. Oh, it's part of security procedure so that you're able to pick up information, hear the kinds of conversations people are having, and be ahead of them in terms of intelligence gathering and all. That's fantastic. But again, they insisted that one of the people, a tall guy entering a room, and Danny, find that picture for me. A tall guy entering a room had been one of the people who threw a stone. And some of the demonstrators had instigated that he be arrested. He was not arrested. Question is, why? Because we saw other people being arrested. That's the man. Is he one of yours, IGP? And the statements that was issued never ever mentioned this. Never ever mentioned the policeman in the armored vehicle. Never ever mentioned all the accusations that have been leveled against you. See, we want to not to judge you by your past. But is your past haunting you? Who is this man? Is he one of yours? Why is a demonstrator entering what is supposed to be, a security zone? Why is nobody pursuing him? Why is nobody going after him? And I've said that I don't support violence in any way, but I'm only asking questions this morning. Now, my other question that I want to ask. Play the video of a senior police officer slapping a demonstrator. Play the video for me. That hat you see there is reserved for commissioned officers from ASP all the way to the top. A senior police officer is slapping a demonstrator. So can you imagine what an NCO, a non-commissioned officer, will be doing? IGP, you asked us not to judge you by your past. But you seem not to have changed from your past. You are asking us not to judge you by your past. But it appears your past is haunting you. That's a police officer clearly slapping. I saw Sadiq and Agbana asking officer, why? Officer, why? Then he find a video of a journalist or supposed journalist for me who was recording. And we have seen demonstrations in the past where even when you are filming, it's a problem. If I'm a policeman and I know what I'm doing is right, that's why we have been asking for body cam for the policemen to protect us and to protect them. Because now it is the people's word against yours. But if we have made promises in this country, we'll get them body cam. Vice President Baumia, good morning to you, Chairman of the Police Council. You promised them, what do you call it, body cams and bulletproof. Where are those? And if they had the body cams, I can tell you that whatever happened, we're able to see because he will be wearing them. It will be video. It's a black box. We can go back to the tapes and watch. Play the video of the encounter with the judge. I want you to listen to the audio. Danny, play the video for me.
I'm a journalist. I was taking phone. I'm a journalist. I was taking phone. I'm a journalist. I was taking phone. I'm a journalist.
I'm a journalist. You're a journalist. Quack, quack, quack. Police service, not police force. IGP, you asked us not to judge you with your past. This was what you were doing in the past as a police service. People lost confidence and trust in you, and you asked that we should not. Now, If the police is doing what is right, why would they be preventing anybody from filming them? We've seen demonstrations in the past. Black Lives Matter. We even came to have a funeral here. The Floyd conversation. We spent state resources to hold a funeral here. Black Lives Matter. Our people in the US working for us joined the demonstration. Black Lives Matter. Did you see at any point anybody taking camera from anybody in the US that you were filming the police? They were actually dancing. The police were actually sharing water and the things to them. Black Lives Matter. We spend money to go and participate in what is not our problem. Yet you have the temerity to tell Harriet Thompson to dinify them. Did you do your fear them? Boss, who do you fear them? I'm a journalist. And it can happen to me. That's why I'm talking about it. Because I could be sent out to go and film. And yesterday, my cameraman Ishmael had a similar problem. If he had not been colleague journalists who had come to his aid, his camera would have been destroyed. That is his tool. That's what he uses to work to earn a living to feed his family. Because he can't do 419, he can't do Sakawa, he can't organize boys, give them guns, let them masquerade as soldiers to go and fight over lands. And nothing will happen to them. He can't go and be part of a task force that goes to beat a mason to pulp at a construction site instead of looking for the owner of the land. I'm a journalist. Take the camera from him. IGP, your past is haunting you. Take me to the statement that the police wrote. Quickly, maybe we'll wrap up on that. Take me to the statement that the police wrote. Quickly. Danny. Now, the police yesterday, Switzerland, where Bella and Cookie and Helen have spoken about the tweet. Interesting, though, that we are in the middle of heat. You are under attack. And then you are the first to tweet to say, hey, I'm being attacked, though. You who have the capacity. You who have the training. You who have the experience and the expertise. You who have the guns and weapons. You are the first to come on social media to cry. I thought that you would leave that to Sami Jenfi or to Bernard Mona or to Eden Magbana or to Sadiq or any of the guys from PNC, all those guys who were organizing and being on radio and TV and talking. I thought you would leave that for them to be the ones wallowing in pity parties. But the whole police service tweets about it, waxing emotional. This is the police statement. And put it up there. Don't show my face. Put it up there. It's a police own statement. Now, it says that, update, 29 demonstrators arrested, others being pursued. 1, the police have arrested 29 demonstrators for their participation in violent attacks on the police and some members of the public, including school children, during the Arise Ghana demonstration in Accra today. That's fair. But you see the policeman who also collected the man's camera and hit it on the ground. You see the policeman in the armored vehicle who was holding whatever and aiming. I want you also, Ghana police, keep to the principle. Find them. If they have to be interdicted, interdict them. Now, available video footages of the event are being reviewed, and all other persons identified for taking part in the attacks, as well as inciting the violence, will be arrested and brought to face justice. The gentleman in the red shirt who was entering the room, please find him. I know you are capable and experienced. You will. Number 3. Also, the organizers of the demonstration will be arrested and put before the court for attacks and damage to public property in the line with provisions of Section 3 of the Public Order Act 491. It sounds like 419. 4. Meanwhile, the police would like to draw the attention of the public to the calculated falsehood and misinformation being peddled by the organizers and their cohorts. We urge the public to disregard the untruths and treat them with the contempt they deserve. For the footages and images of the event speak for themselves. This is pure PR English. Now, this is the banger. 5. We would like to assure the public that we remain committed and professionally measured in the discharge of our constitutional mandate. Listen, of enforcing law and order in the country. I take it again. Listen carefully. We would like to assure the public that we remain committed and professionally measured in the discharge of our constitutional mandate of enforcing law and order in the country. This is signed by Chief Superintendent Grace Ansa Akrofi, Director, Public Affairs. Let's go to the police website. That's my last one. The letter says that they are enforcing law and order. They are enforcing law. Quickly, let's go. That's my last thing. Danny, let's go to the website quickly. The police says in the statement signed by Chief Supo that they are enforcing law and order. Oh, hurry up, please. Let's go to the website. They are enforcing law and order. Now, this is the Ghana Police's own website. The Ghana Police is a creation of the law, the 1992 Constitution. There's a whole police act. Now, about us on the Ghana Police Service website. Now, mandate. It says, let's read the mandate of the Ghana Police Service. The police own website. It says the Ghana Police Service is mandated to maintain law and order. Maintenance of law and order is different from enforcement of law and order. There are two different things. Unless the chief superintendent got the English wrong, and for which reason she put out that statement, which I felt was laden with too much emotion. The same kind of emotion that IGP Dampari wrote in that letter to the British High Commissioner is the same emotion I read here. The law that brings you into being says, and you quote the law, the mandate of the police service found in the Constitution of Ghana 1992 and further guided by laws such as the Police Service Act 1970, Act 350, and the Police Service Regulation 2012, CI 71. It says the police is mandated to maintain law and order. Yours is not to enforce law and order. The enforcement of the law is left for the military and the court. Yours is to maintain law and order. That's the word. Maintain. It didn't say come and enforce. It said maintain your own law. I didn't put it on the website. Maintain. Now, in maintaining, do you maintain law and order with force, or do you maintain law and order with tact and diplomacy? And you tell us that you have graduated levels. You ask us not to judge you by your past. Islamic secondary school event is there. Ijura is there. Nkranza South is there. We have seen the guys at Shukura there. We can list the plethora of things. So, IGP, I ask you this morning, while I say no to any form of violence, I ask you, what has changed about you, which is why we should not judge you with your past? Think about it deeply. Think about the mandate you gave the people yesterday morning. And as you send them out this morning to go and guard the protesters, I want you to be guided by it. And tell your senior police officers to stop slapping people who are protesting. These are ordinary Ghanaians. What has changed about you? Good morning, sir.